seconded by trustee Ventures. Here, a second.
Second.
Okay. Please call the roll.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Sanchez.
Sanchez, aye.
Trustee Jones. Trustee Ousley.
Aye.
Trustee Smiley.
Aye.
Trustee Brandon.
Aye.
Mayor Booker.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, open it up for oath, reports, proclamations, announcements, and appointments. Director of Communications, Ms. Lysandra Banks.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Board of Trustees.
Good evening.
The following families experienced a loss. We extend our deepest condolences to Mr. John Richards Sr., father-in-law of Officer Brian Daniels, Ms. Ruby Green Badger Pass, longtime Maywood resident, Ms. Barbara Bailey, a longtime Maywood resident and former elected official for the Maywood Park District, Ms. Mildred McFarland, beloved mother of Randall McFarland. We ask at this time if you would have a moment of silence for Ms. Noreen Torres, beloved mother of our village manager, Frank Torres, who passed away on Saturday. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family. We ask that you visit our website at www.maywood-il.gov for all of our upcoming village events and programs that are coming up later in the month of August and September. We also ask that you get ready for Maywood Fest, which kicks off on Friday, August 29th, through Saturday, August the 30th, and concluding on Sunday on August 31st. We're looking forward to a great weekend with a great lineup of local artists and talents. We have over 40 vendors for the Maywood Fest, and we're also excited about Summer Jam that will be happening on Saturday evening and Sunday. At this time, I would like to bring up Ms. Deborah Vines, founder, CEO of The Answer Inc., for a brief presentation.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Firstly, thank you so much for allowing me to speak, village trustees and Mayor Booker. I am so excited to be a resident of the village of Maywood because I see the great work that's being done and the eternal light is shining even brighter, I must say. So thank you again. I am here on behalf of the Answer Incorporated, Autism Awareness and Support Agency, and we were blessed to be able to provide first responder trainings for the police department, actually 4, between the month of June and July. No, I'm sorry, May and June. We haven't done the fire department yet, but we presented the police department with the plaque at our first responders breakfast at the end of June, and we also have certificates for them. And I wanted to present the fire department, Chief Brownell, with a certificate just to show our appreciation for the first responders in the village of Maywood. I just want to tell you a quick story that Jason was left in an Uber. You know, the Uber just drove off before I could get in. And Commander Lewis called me. Now, the Uber dropped him off at the gas station on First Avenue. Commander Lewis called me, and I'm getting emotional about this because it's like when I saw him leaving office, like you see your kid getting kidnapped, right? And Commander Lewis called, and she was like, what is Jason doing up here at the gas station by himself? And it just showed that the village of Maywood is just hands on deck when it comes to our agency. I mean, just being ready, available to support us in every way that they can. So I just want to come and show our appreciation with this sensory box that if a child is missing or ends up at the police or the fire department, we have sensory blankets here, sensory vests, fidget toys. I mean, you saw how heavy it was. I was like, and I'm pretty strong. And it's a lot of things in here. So we want to present this to the police department. And we'll have one for the fire department once we do the training for you. But we want to make sure that we show our appreciation to not just the village of Maywood, but the first responders as well, because our families are always in need. Sometimes our children go, sometimes they have to go to their houses from behavior and things like that. So we just want to make sure that the village was equipped with what they need. So on behalf of the Answer Incorporated and myself, we want to present the Chief Brownell with this award And just for your continued support. And we also have certificates for all of the officers that attended our training. Now, I wish that Commander Lewis was here and Chief Willis. Where's she at?
Chief is behind you. Wilson's right.
Hey, Chief Willis. And Chief Willis, you want to come up and get your certificates? You can have make sure that you let us know because we just want to buy it. So
You gotta get the box too, Chief.
So thank you. Take the box too.
Can you open the box and y'all get pictures with what's in the box, like leaning forward?
And this was put together with a lot of love. Because y'all know I got Jason, so everything that is in there has been tested. So thank you.
So how much does a box like that cost?
About $400.
It's a very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
All right. Moving on to finance management reports. Do we have anything for Director Satchel for items A or B?
No, I have a,
Trustee Craig?
in the report, Director Satchel, item number,
Is the warrant list or the financial report?
I'm one of the financial report. And we have to be determined under the feasibility study. So there's a cost here for $2,500. Adjacent to that cost, it has to be determined.
Wait, take you on.
It's the sports facilities feasibility study, so it's number 18, which would be like maybe page 111.
Yeah, so my question was pertaining to the to be determined. So has this money been spent or what's the situation?
I think the AP administrator did the list, but there was on the initial check request, it does say ARP funds. And so I think that's why she put to be determined to make sure that it gets approved for ARP funds. So when the skipper did the paperwork, she just put TBD, but the actual request has ARP funds. So this was one of the items that was under, I don't remember which line item, but when we initially listed out all the things for ARPA, for the most part, we've spent all of that in the previous fiscal year. But this looks like the second part of the, another part of the payment for this.
Yeah, because it almost looks like we spent money but don't know where it.
Yeah, no, it's not listed that way. On here, it clearly says ARPA funds approved by DOT. But on, for this report, she put TBD.
Okay. And that was my only question under that section of the report. I can move to the one.
Yeah.
Do we have any reason or explanation why the Central Police and Fire Commission for $8,000 over at Proviso East High School? Do you know what that was for?
What item number is that?
Sure. Was the 116710?
Yeah. One.
I only have.
This is Police and
$50.
Fire Commission. It's $8,449.
I only have 250.
What
For
number are you looking
Marcellus.
at?
No. Oh,
What
this
is
is,
one?
no.
What's the number?
Again, it's 116710.
Oh, 10.
And
One one six seven.
it's Proviso Township facility rental, and it's $8,449. $499.
Which, okay, 1167,
10, it's on page 172, page 3 of the warrant list.
So, yeah, and my question is, again, I guess it's a statement that we rented for their facility. And I just want to know what was the purpose?
I'm gonna chime in. I think that's a typo. That has to be for the swim. Because
Because
even
anything
if
in
you
that
look
amount
at
would have come to the board.
if you look at the facility rental, it says July 1st through August 8th. So it's provided on Township High School, but to trustee's point.
I'm just going off what it
It's
says.
the swim.
Yeah.
And so the first thing that came to mind as I was reviewing and reading this, it was, okay, so we rented your facility for $8,000 for the police and fire commission. And then I was thinking, what about the 200 building or the gym?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's what came to mind when I was reading it. So just a red flag for me when I saw it.
Yeah, so I'll definitely, correct that.
Is the number 116710?
Yes,
Yeah.
I looked at 01 first, yeah. Yeah, so this definitely should not have been, charged to police and fire commission. It would have been, like you said, for that summer program.
Just gotta do my due diligence.
No, I appreciate that.
And then, this is actually, and I can talk to, I gave a call earlier about the questions that I had in regards to the same line item, but I have, in the community engagement department, the number is 116723. This under community engagement contractual services. So like anytime I see like a new name or a new vendor, and it just creates some a question or concern. Okay, so who's this individual? What are they providing, or what type of services being rendered to the village of Maywood? So maybe Ms. Banks can answer that. And the person name is Q.
Yeah.
Candace Pugh,
Answer
she
that
works
first.
with the summer youth program. So we have independent contractors that run the summer youth program
Yeah.
and then the seniors program. So
Okay.
you'll see, several new people, and for the youth, it's seasonal to the amount, but it does go longer than just the summer, but you won't see as many people because it's not all day. So there's a K through 12 program.
Okay, so anywhere I see those initials, I can just associate them with
Yes.
the summer youth program. And I'm guessing this is for the swimming program where it provides a week. The number is 116823. Aquatics Consulting.
Yes, so they're the ones who are essentially running the program and supervising the lifeguards. So we do have lifeguards and we hired for
Uh-huh.
it, but this company kind of oversees, the whole pool situation.
Okay, I think that concludes my question. And then the final one, because I don't see that SK25 or what have you next to it. It's 116863, and it's again under community engagement. And it doesn't have those letters or initials next to it. Miss Jackie Baylor. So again, these are all new names that I haven't seen, and so if I haven't seen the names, just need some question. I mean, a question of clarity.
And just as a reference, as we're getting these, I do provide them, to HR, and he makes sure that he does his due diligence, because they are working with children, just to make sure that everything is kosher. And like I said, to some extent, it's just seasonal. So,
Okay, so for that particular person, do we know what that person is doing? Because they're not associated with the summer
I think
program.
this one looks like the senior program. I could, Bayless, no, that's the 25. Oh, 55.
Okay, so it's just not listed up here.
Not a description, but it was on the check request.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of that. Yeah, okay. That concludes my questions. Thank you for the clarity.
No problem.
Thank you, Director Central. All right, village president's report. Are there any questions in regards to anything on village president's report? Questions, Bill?
Yes. So the agreement, the terms of the agreement is on here for the Maywood Fest. That's the first item that's on here. Really don't have any problems with the fest. Just a whole lot of clarity that I think could have been provided just prior to the marketing of it. I don't know if the rest of my board colleagues was informed, but just didn't have any details on the fact that the date was changed, because I know the fest is normally hosted in the month of September, or held in the month of September. Now it's been held in August. And of course, because we are all elected officials up here, the community members come to us or look to us for details on different things that's happening within the village. And most certainly did not have a lot of details as it related to the fest or how it was working or the interworkings of it. Like, is it one situation? Is it a separate ordeal? Is it two events in one? And so I would have liked to have been provided with some additional details to be able to respond to a lot of citizens' concerns. I'll most certainly, turn those concerns or direct those concerns over to Ms. Banks. Ms. Banks being the community engagement director. I just thought that it was best to go in that direction. But one of the things that I guess kind of is a concern of mine, I did look at the map and the security numbers, is the amount of people that's expected to attend. I did reach out to the village manager in regards to what my concerns was regarding the numbers. Just, are we prepared? I spoke to the chief as well. I heard anywhere between 15,000 to 20,000 people are expected to take over grounds. Huge numbers, which excited about, but also concerned about as well. And so I just want to make sure that, as an official, I'm doing my due diligence to make sure that the experience is safe for everybody that attended, and those same questions, and I just want to make sure that my concerns are heard publicly as well, just so the residents know that we want to have a good time, but we want it to be a safe time as well. And so these things would have came out earlier if we would have had this agreement earlier to be able to ask these questions earlier. Now we're 10 days away from the fest, and so I'm just going to pose those same questions to the chief. If you don't mind, Chief, come forward.
Chief Willis?
Mayor, trustees.
Chief Willis, I have just a few questions for you in regards to the safety precautions that have been taken in regards to the fest and the amount of people that is expected to attend the event. My first question is pertaining to the amount of people. Have we been in contact with the promoters in regards to how many tickets have been sold for the fest?
Now, that I can't tell you about how many tickets was sold for the fest. So I think we're going off this estimation at this time, trustee. So I know that when we first started, it was 10,000 plus, and we kind of geared around that number. So we stopped to work here.
How you doing? I'm John Mosley, the Power Move, I'm the promoter. So estimated, I think that we should do anywhere for on Sunday, we're gonna do anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 people realistically, based off the ticket sales right now. I know summertime, sometimes things are slow, but then again, you could have a strong walk-up. As of right now, we're a little bit over 3,400 tickets sold for the Sunday event, and then 1,700 tickets sold for the Saturday.
3,400 for the Sunday event, and what was the, I'm sorry, you said 17?
17, which is like 50% of that for the comedy show.
Okay, and then, you know, and I, again, was most certainly looking forward to reviewing the terms of the agreement, which I had a chance to read. Have you all been working in tandem with each other in regards to, you know,
Security.
making sure like all ends are tied? from
Yes,
the security perspective?
yes, trustee. So, and what I did, I could do a brief analysis, like going too much of my ops plan. If you want to hear that, just to give some clarity in reference to what we actually going to be doing for the fest itself as far as security personnel.
But
Yeah,
well, trustee, can we do this? Because it is your whole ops plan. Can you all just get together and talk about the overall operations without having it recorded on YouTube, what we plan to do?
Well, I wasn't
in
going to
regards
brief the ops
to
plan,
safety?
I was just going to give a brief overview. I wasn't
Okay.
talking about my ops plan.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I wasn't going to do that. I just
Okay.
didn't do that.
Okay, you can go ahead.
So based off what Mr. John said, so we're looking at from the Maywood perspective in reference to about 140 personnel as far as police and security personnel, plus his security team, which is about 36 to another 40. I think it was close to about 200 some personnel. And I'm not even counting my SRT and Cook County personnel that's actually going to be coming to assist us as well. So we probably looking at about 200, 210 as far as security and police personnel for the fest for all 3 days.
Okay. And it appears that we have secured park. I'm more comfortable with this number versus the number I heard, 20,000, you know, people coming into one space.
I think that number was a little bit inflated because of a couple of venues that we had prior to this,
Mhm.
and then the headlines that we had, which was Fantasia and LMA, we had lost it for like a tour, so we downsized and used Isaac Brothers as far as that, and it's pretty consistent to what the Cold Star numbers are. I mean, they typically do anywhere from 3,500 to 4,000 people. We got a pretty stacked lineup, and we put all of the R&B artists on one day and all the comedians on another day to kind of separate the two. But yeah, I estimate that. I mean, I'm not one of those event promoters who try to, you know what I'm saying? So realistically, we're looking between 6,000 and 8,000 people on Sunday. That's with a strong walk up. And then Saturday, because as of right now, like before the day of the show, we'll probably sell about 5,000, and then hopefully walk up another 1,500 to 2,000 people on that Sunday. And then that Saturday, I would say, max anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000.
Okay, so I got for Saturday 3,000, 17,000.
Say 3,000 to 4,000 on Saturday, and then 6,000 to 8,000 on Sunday.
6,000 to 8,000 on Sunday.
And these numbers are pretty accurate. I typically nail it, every time I do an event. As far as like, it's never been like severely under or severely over.
Okay. And then as far as parking, I did look at the proposed sites, and all of those sites have been secured, because I think I saw provider lease on it.
So I can speak to providers me. So we do have a contract, we just waiting on certificate of insurance. I get that from Ms. Dallas. And then that we have that on site. And they're actually gonna give us the providers lease live on First Avenue, as well as on Madison. We don't have to secure, we just gotta provide a light, and they're gonna provide their own security personnel at that location.
And the other locations have been properly secured.
Cook County, which sits off of First and Maywood Drive. I got confirmation from them, they're gonna allow us to use all of that parking lot over there after the hours of close of business. So we get all that parking over there. I worked it out with River Forest in reference to First and Washington, depending on how things look. If we're gonna block First and Washington going into River Forest, we're gonna use that as a parking lot as well. And those are in Con Ed parking lots. So all the parking lot that wasn't in our purview, under our authority, we worked it out, and we do have it. The rest of it sits in the village of Maywood, which we have purview to use, per trustee.
Okay, and, as you know, just by what we've seen on TV with these, young people flash mob situations, I'm just stressing that we most certainly have a plan in place for that as well, to ensure that, again, not only our people have a good time, but it's a safe good time, which is what my, concern is as it relates to the event, but
So this right here is a social media folder of things from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and everything. And you can see it at your leisure and reference to the stuff that we've been tracking. What we did with the comparison of what Bellwood had with the shares and likes of individuals that attended the Bellwood Fest versus the Maywood Fest. Unfortunately, the Maywood Fest is more popular than the Bellwood Fest, so we have more shares and likes. So the analysis is there a possibility that it could come? It is a possibility. So I do have a plan in place that can help us when they do show up, trust me.
I'd interject this too, because I went to the Bellwood Fest and there was a considerable amount of young people there, but I feel like that was because it was a free event. And I know that Maywood Fest is free on one side, but I feel as if because of the type of artists that I have, the type of vibe that's going to be out there, it's almost like a 30-plus event. I mean, even 25-year-olds would be considered this an old school event. So it's going to draw a lot of family-friendly type of situation. I didn't see any type of incident at Bellwood, but I recognized a whole lot of kids. And I was like,
I think some of the big things to note, the difference between Maywood Fest and Taste of Bellwood is, even when Summer Jam is going on in the paid area in the baseball field, the village of Maywood Fest will still have teenage stuff going on. There's still partners that are working with us. There's still a teen zone that we kicked off last year and year before last. The other difference is Bellwood did not restrict any youth. So if a youth came from the city of Chicago, if a youth came from Bellwood, they were allowed to get in. We are restricting it to where if you're a Proviso Township student, you can come in, but if you come from the city, you have to be accompanied by an adult. So we have a whole plan in place for our teenagers to enjoy the same free festival, while everybody else is old school is enjoying their festival as well in Summer Jam. So the difference is there really isn't a plan here at Taste of Bellwood for teenagers, but we have a whole full day of plans on both days.
Cool.
And I'm happy to have you here. Your name again?
John Mosley.
Mr. Mosley. So just my final question. So would you say that, so the Maywood Fest is one situation, and based on what I was reading in the agreement, and then the Summer Jam situation is kind of like its own, kind of like event or concert ordeal?
It is its own entity, but we amply made an agreement to do it together. You know what I'm saying? Because it is family. I mean, that's what the whole purpose of this is, to promote a family-friendly event.
And we have given out all the tickets for like Maywood residents.
Everybody that signed up. Now, there is a couple that haven't received. I got personal emails because one letter or something was off on their email. So we have to go back, and there's no more than like 5 people, but we have to go back and find their name and then give them the correct email. They must have entered the wrong email. I know I literally saw that somebody put 2 Q's instead of 2 G's where it was entered, and so that those 2 tickets got sent to that person. But we canceled those out. Some of the tickets went to some people's spam folder. They didn't even know they had the tickets, or they didn't check their email. They said they sent the mayor a message saying we didn't get our. Then I had to screenshot. Here's your order right here. It was sent to you on 7/12, last Friday. And they said, oh, I found it. It's in my email. So yeah, those are just minor issues.
Yeah, and just one last tidbit, and this is just for future purposes. I've received a lot of calls from them as well in regards to that older population, specifically the seniors. It being 3 senior buildings in town, I most certainly received calls from them as well, looking to attend the event.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's Ron Isley,
Yeah,
Ron Isley,
yeah.
what have you, but, and you know, we could have, I think, coordinated better with those buildings, knowing like mobility issues as well
We
as
will have ADA set up.
internet issues as well.
Yeah, oh, you saying internet with the
Or
internet tickets?
being able to get online, period, or
Oh,
get to a
okay.
computer. They still got flip phones.
So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna provide some physical tickets that people can either purchase from the village or I'll set up with the local.
No, I don't think that that's the issue. I think that they want free discounted tickets. So when you've given out all the free discounted tickets that are gonna be given out, if they need assistance in purchasing a ticket,
Yeah.
they can purchase them at the cashier's desk at the village hall and they'll assist in purchasing it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was most certainly, but I guess, you know, you're right, that was most certainly what they were looking for.
I'm just trying to
But
handle every-
No, I get it.
Thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate you allowing me to come to the allowing me to come to the city and do what I do. I'm a professional at what I do. I do this profession for almost over 20 years. So, I think it's gonna be a great asset and I look forward to things.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
being here.
Thank you.
All right, anything else under the president's report? Do you have any questions to it? Hearing none, we're gonna open up for public comments. For public comment, you have 3 minutes. You can say your name and I have to say your address. First person for public comment.
Mr. Donna?
Hello? Okay, very good. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
For those who don't know me, Mr. Donnell, for most people here know me, Dr. Peter. So the purpose of me coming here tonight is because, to start from the beginning, 5 years ago, I was told that if I don't like the way the things in Maywood goes, or be, I should be leaving. Okay. So 5 years later, I'm still in business, but last year in November when I had to pass my inspection, in order to obtain my business license for 2025, I was told that my whole yard needs to be paid or next year I'm not going to get a license. Okay, cool enough. What happens lately, I've seen businesses that are opening their doors, new businesses, without even having a paid backyard, and they're in the, you know, food type business, which I mean automotive, food has made a big difference when it comes to clean stuff and stuff like that. Furthermore, I need to know what is the business between F&L Pallets, which is a local company, and the village of Maywood, because what tends to happen is these people are clearing and making messes within the village. I'm sorry about that. And it turns out nobody cares or knows how to deal with this. This is the recent yard they purchased. This is how it looks, the grass that was done brand new 2 years ago. This is how the light pole looks like. This is how it looks like when they goes out. And this is pretty much everyday basis. This is how they're parking trailers. As you can see, half of the entrance to my shop is blocked. That's another one parked in the sidewalk. That's another one parked on the street. And that's the greatest part. That's my roof of my business being damaged. And guess what? You just say, we don't know what to do. Great. Here is even the tailor who did that. So I'm within the TIF, or how I call TIF program, because paying $20,000, I don't see anything good coming to my business, to my family, and I see these problems. Then somebody jumps into my business, actually one of the owners of this company who barely speaks English, but you know, that's fine with me. I'm open for communications, and then he comes and says, I'm gonna buy it. Well, what does it mean? How you got the balls to do that? And then the village allows for these people to go over me, and I've been told that I should be closing, and most likely next year I should be closing. So,
Next time.
All right.
They got, one more thing. I'm asking these questions to the village authority and to Mr. Torres. I'm sorry for his loss. And I really want to take,
I got you.
say great thank you to Chief Willis for all his support.
Thank you.
Say it again.
As usual, Chief, big thank you.
I appreciate you.
Always welcome.
Ms. Maya,
Good evening, everyone, and my condolences to everybody that have lost somebody today. Lost. I also lost a loved one recently, and I know that it's not something that you want to go through. The reason for me being here is I want to extend what my husband said. We figured the time is, tight, so we wanted to speak about this matter. So, these people from FNL Pallets, they're constantly damaging our property. They're constantly damaging our building. One time is maybe an accident, but 2, 3, and more times, it's on purpose. And when you do something bad on purpose, this is called criminal. It's not an accident. It's not something, oh, I didn't see you or something happened like that. You're doing this on purpose and this is criminal. And to have no way of rectifying or justifying this by the village or any other means, then what is the purpose of the village to be even existing if they cannot help their residents? I mean, your residents are here. I'm a resident for a long time, over 10 years. I live in Maywood, and I have a problem. And I have notified everyone about my problem, and they're telling me that there is nothing they can do. Well, they have to do something because they are the law, right? I'm going to the law, I'm not going elsewhere. So when I go to the law, I'm expecting the law to help me. And I don't expect that I live in this village and my problems are my own. When I am part of this village and when I pay taxes and when I'm obeying the law, I'm expecting the village to help me out. As Mr. Mayor Booker told us, if you need anything, just ask us. Well, I'm asking. I would like the village attorney to give us advice in this situation and to tell us what can we do. Because these people are constantly damaging my property every single day. And they're not only damaging my property, they are damaging the village of Maywood property because those pictures my husband said, they are property of the village of Maywood. They are the pole and everything that is the apron that you saw, the concrete. This was made by the village of Maywood just a few years ago, and it's brand new, and now it's not, because they are tearing it apart. They are tearing it apart, they are destroying.
time.
And no one does anything about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Deborah,
Good evening again. Deborah Vance, for the record, CEO of Vance Incorporated, Office of Web Support Agency. I first want to give acknowledgement to Public Works Director Greg Buchanan because on June 24th, I woke up at 2 a.m. and had water past my ankles in my room. And he was my first phone call. I waited until 3 a.m. to call him. And he was very instrumental in commandeering everything that I needed. And every time I call him about anything that's happening on my block, he is always there. So I just want to publicly acknowledge that he is doing a great job with his entire department, and also to invite the entire village board to our upcoming gala. The answer is 18 years old this year, and we have serviced over 200 families in the village of Maywood with all types of disabilities, not just autism. And we're celebrating our gala September 27th at the Waterfront Banquet, and you all were invited. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Maya, I've never heard of this before. So I will say, if you ever need anything, let me know. Figure you know how to send me pictures and stuff. You have not sent me any pictures of this. So, I mean, my first response was to notify Ms. Banks or notify Chief, but then you just said Chief was doing a great job. So I'm guessing you dealt with Chief. I would say, if you have any video footage or any photos of them actually in the act, send me the email. You guys have my email. So if you could get that to either Ms. Banks or Chief Willis or either Director Duncan, because I haven't heard of this until today. So I know normally you'll send me photos if there's something wrong. I haven't received it.
Yeah, if we can please also get an advice from the attorney, this is.
So I would say it's a private, at that point, it's a private business matter, so you would have to retain your own law firm for that. But I'm saying if there's video footage of something that we can actually do something with, or if there's photos of something that we can actually do something with, then we can just get our chief and our legal director involved in that. So that's something more so. So again, if you have videos, if you have any photos, just email me.
We already did that.
I don't have this email.
Mr. Decker said.
Have you sent, okay, I just want to be clear. I don't want to go back and forth, but I don't have the email that you're referring to. Have you sent me an email of this specific issue? So if you could send me the email of this specific issue, I can get with the village manager, he can get with Director Duncan, he can get with Chief, but if there's actual video footage or photos, that's what I need to get with my village manager, to get with my director of the building and code, and to get with my police chief. Because at that point, it's not a legal matter that we need to get involved with, it's a police report that needs to be filed if there's actual photo, right? Okay. And send me what you have, I'll respond to it. Other than that, thank you, Ms. Hines, for always being amazing. All right, village manager's report. Is there anything on village manager's report? Hearing none, is there anything on the village attorney's report? Hearing none, there's no trustee's report. I need a motion to read the omnibus agenda. So moved. Omnibus agenda, trustee Williams, I need I get a second from trustee Osborne. All right, please, trustee Williams, if you could read the omnibus agenda.
Letter A, motion to approve the monthly financial report in the amount of $2,905,156.12. Letter B, motion to approve the warrant list number 200564 dated August 14th, 2025 in the amount of $2,354,320.46. Letter C, motion to approve and bid waiver for the implementation of Unified Incident Management System software and maintenance program by Fowler Systems of Naperville, Illinois, and payment of proposal/quote dated June 25th, 2025 in the amount of $12,868. Letter D, a resolution authorizing execution of 4 agreements between the Board of Trustees of the University of Illinois for and or on behalf of the Illinois Fire Service Institute and the Village of Maywood regarding incident command system and fireground accountability overview training sessions for the Village of Maywood Fire Department personnel and authorizing the expenditure of $11,220, which is $2,805 per session. Letter E, a resolution ratifying the approval and execution of a settlement agreement and general release of claims in the Antonia Hawkins versus Village of Maywood petition for administrative review, state court case number 2025-400-5622. Letter F, a resolution authorizing and approving the execution of the settlement agreement and general release in the Towns, Williams, and Campbell versus Maywood litigation case number 2024-CB-8447. Letter G, an ordinance amending various sections of the Maywood zoning ordinance relative to spacing between smoking lounges, location of off-street parking spaces, impervious surface requirements, and allowed locations for pole signs. Letter H, an ordinance approving a special use for contractor storage yard use, 1300 St. Charles Road. Letter I, an ordinance amending Chapter 36, taxation and finance of Title III, administration of the Maywood Village Code relative to the adoption of a municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax and a municipal grocery service occupation tax. Letter J, motion approving and ratifying the execution by the village president of a landlord estoppel certificate regarding an existing 99-year lease entered into by the village of Maywood as lessor in 1992 relative to the parking area in 3rd Avenue right-of-way adjacent to 211 Roosevelt Road, and consent to assignment of the lease to SVCN1 LLC, a Delaware limited liability company purchaser of 211 Roosevelt Road. See a village attorney memo dated July 30th, 2025. Letter K, motion approving and authorizing by Motorola Solutions of Chicago, Illinois, dated August 2nd, 2025, in the amount of $33,750 for recurring expense associated with the village's license plate reader system subscription package utilized by the Maywood Police Department in their public safety and law enforcement operations. Letter L, motion to waive competitive bidding and to approve payment of invoice number MD 1010 dated April 23rd, 2025, issued by GA Paving LLC for HMA restoration and striping at the pump station in the amount of $15,000. Letter M, motion to waive competitive bidding and to approve payment of invoice number MD 1002 dated June 4th, 2025, issued by GA Paving LLC of Bellwood, Illinois, for crack field and striping at various Maywood basketball courts in the amount of $7,250. Letter N, motion to waive competitive bidding and to approve the acceptance of proposal number 2928 dated August 1st, 2025 from National Wash Authority LLC, doing business as Midwest Mobile Washers of Morrison, Illinois, for cleaning of the exterior of the water storage tank located at 1201 St. Charles Road in the amount of $7,900. Letter O, motion to approve the purchase of a 2025 Ford Maverick from Joe Rizzo Ford of Orland Park, Illinois, at a cost of $32,561.70 for use by the Public Works Superintendent. Letter P, motion to waive competitive bidding and to approve a contract with American Legal Publishing of Cincinnati, Ohio, for the codification of the village's full zoning ordinance into the village's existing village code at the cost not to exceed $4,550. Letter Q, a resolution approving the waiver of competitive bid process and authorizing the approval and execution of a contract to supply amusements and rider with All Around Amusements Incorporated, Lockwood, Illinois, and authorizing the expenditure of village funds in an amount not to exceed $10,000. Letter R, motion to direct village staff to process honorary street designation application in honor of Reverend Thomas H. Wade Sr., founding pastor of Rock of Ages Baptist Church, in accordance with the policy adopted on December 6, 2022, pursuant to ordinance number CO-2022-26. Letter S, a resolution authorizing and approving the execution of a temporary use permit for special event for music promoter to arrange for music acts at Maywood Fest 2025. Power Move presents LLC, John Mosley, a licensed and release hold harmless and indemnification agreement for the temporary use permit for music promoter to arrange for music acts during 2025 Maywood Fest. Power Move presents LLC, John Mosley, and entertainment and music performer and special event production agreement for 2025 Maywood Family Fest. Music promoter, Power Move presents LLC, John Mosley. Letter T, an ordinance authorizing the creation and issuance of a Class E liquor license, temporary license to sell or transfer liquor on municipally owned property. 2025 Maywood Fest, August 29th through August 31st, 2025. Letter U, motion to approve the appointment of Terrence Powell to the Maywood Board and Fire Police Commission 3-year term. Letter V, motion to approve the appointments of the following individuals to the Maywood Historic Preservation Commission. 1, Ashantia S. Glover Wright Beckham, 2-year term. W, motion to approve the appointments of the following individuals to the Maywood Planning and Zoning Commission. 1, Evan Acevedo, 5-year term.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
trustee Sanchez. Aye. Trustee Jones, trustee Ousley. Aye. Trustee Smiley.
Aye.
Trustee Brandon,
Aye.
Mayor Booker,
Aye.
motion carried.
Great, no new business, no old business, board of trustee comments, information. I need a motion to go in the closed meeting session for A, pending litigation, and F, the setting of pricing for sale or lease of property owned by the village.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Osborne, second by trustee Brandon. Please call the roll.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
trustee Sanchez,
Trustee Sanchez.
trustee Jones, trustee Ousley. Aye. Trustee Smiley, trustee Brandon,
Aye.
Mayor Booker,
Aye.
motion carried. Time is 7:53.
Great, everyone have a lovely night. Thank you so much.